Hey folks, Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with Astrology Mojo. Want to help you get your mojo back. We're going to be doing the oracle reading for October, and this one is dedicated to the Libra solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. So if you know where that is in your chart, fantastic. If not, then you can still choose an oracle. There's going to be 3 decks today. The first one, let me show you the images. Hi, thanks for joining me today. Whether you are in a replay or live, where's my share? Oh, there we go. Nope, let's make it bigger. Yep. Okay, so these are the 3 eclipse images, solar eclipse images. And so go ahead and vibe them out. The first one as a total solar eclipse. This one is just beginning solar eclipse, and this one is already about to end. So, whichever one speaks to you, and it can be for sun rising or moon sign, it can be for a specific issue, it can be for wealth, health, passion, or purpose. You might feel a vibe to choose one for someone you care about or love. So, however you want to do it, these are the decks that wanted to play today. There was like a big shuffle. It's like, no, put me here, put me. Okay. So, the first image, once you vibe on it, if you vibe on this one, I'm just going to go over which decks and then I'll start the oracle reading. But the first image wanted to go with Lily Ashwell's Heavenly Bodies Astrology, which is a lovely deck. And I already pre-shuffled, but these are going to require more. I can tell right away. Okay, and then I have so many things on my desk. The second image, the now forming solar eclipse. What happened to here it is. Oracle of the 7 Energies, Colette Reid. That is for the image number 2. And a couple of cards flew out on that one. And then for image number 3, it's another Colette, which I have misplaced oh, here it is. No, wait, is that it? Yeah, Wisdom of the Oracle. That came out for the 3rd image that is already past its peak point. So tune into whichever image really suits you and what sparks you, and work with your intuition on this. We're already in the energy of the solar eclipse and in Libra, which happens on October 2nd at 10 degrees. And if you follow me, you already know we did the Pisces lunar eclipse last week, and who's awake? Who can't wake up? So there's a lot of dreaming going on, a lot of imagining, a lot of new experiences. But as we do that, we're also letting go of the old. Eclipses are powerful vehicles for transformation because you can feel things more deeply. The lunar eclipse casts a glow, the solar eclipse shines a light. And so tune into what's going on in your life right now and what you might be circling the drain over and you want to change. What is it that you want to rectify, to maybe start or ignite something? And by next set of eclipses next year, March and April, wow, it's going to grow fast because your focus will be on it. So, okay, so I'm going to start with the first one. If you chose, I'm going to move me out of the picture. Oh, no, I can't because I've got the cards. So what if I did that? Then that's center. Okay. So if you chose the first image, this one right here, the total solar eclipse, the first card that came out of the Lily Ashwell Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck is, and I keep bumping into my mic, is house 6 in astrology. And the 6th house, I don't think she has numbers on these cards. No. So no numerology here, but house 6, and the 6th house in astrology deals with health and procedure, implementation, lobbying for a cause, your work, the work that you do, the productivity that you engage daily, ergonomics, how you sit while you're working, which affects your health, the environment that you're in. If you're not familiar with epigenetics, I would definitely look that up, look up Bruce Lipton, and go over how your environment helps to create your reality. So in doing this, we're going to pull a couple of other cards on this one. If you chose the first image for this solar eclipse for the month of October, I'm looking at the image and it's got a heart and a rose is growing from it and feathers atop. And she says here, establishing a foundation for health, daily life, and practical details. But I'm getting something bigger. Well, I want to go to another. Well, we can pull another card on that one. I was going to do a clarifier with another deck, but I'm getting the same deck. So let me just pull another clarifier for that. Come by, say hello to me. We're talking about your oracle reading for October. You're the one who's choosing the oracle. You're training your intuition to really vibe with an image. And okay. So the deck just got messed up. I was not focused. Okay, clarifier for the first image. That's what we're looking for. Whoa. Okay, that's a lot of cards, folks. But this one came out twice while I was... Okay, so we're definitely picking this one. Hold on. If you chose the first image, you must be a very busy person because we're looking at patience. And moreover, I love that word, moreover. There it is. The owl card came up twice. House 10. And the 10th house is all about your relationship to your masculine parent. And if you're same-sex household, you grew up in same-sex household, it could be the more masculine of the parents. It doesn't have to be a man. It could be a grandfather. And house 10 deals with how you discipline yourself to be in the world. Yes, career, yes, job opportunities, but the 6th house is also about work. So I'm getting that if you chose this first image here, that this particular eclipse for you is about deciding which direction you want to go in. Now, if you work in the health industry, or you a holistic, maybe you're a yoga teacher, or maybe you just healed anemia or whatever, something dealing with your health and where you want to take your life. It can be two separate topics. One, first you must raise your vibe in order to get back to work or to have better productivity when you work. Or if you are focused on helping others, teaching others to somehow be better, be healthier, be more mindful. I'm also getting that. So the owl, of course, represents wisdom with her muse, Athena, and structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. So where do you want to take your vibe? Where do you want to take your energy? And again, do they all have the same? No. Oh, I just noticed this. Okay, look, wait, hang on one second. If you chose the first one, this is pretty cool. All right. Look at these cards, and no wonder this owl popped out. Oh my gosh, everything's backwards here. So they both stem from the same beginning in the heart, branching out into a rose, and house 6 looks like the owl before it spreads its wings. That's a very unusual image to me, but so there's a procedure or a process that's happening for you right now if you chose the first image. And coming from the heart means your heart has to be in it. Okay. The heart has to be in it. You chose this one. This particular Libra eclipse is about harmony and balance. is about not going to extremes. So if you work all the time and you don't eat well, if you are exhausted by the end of the day, don't have time for anything else, now it's about creating more harmonious. It's not so much with the outside world either. It's I keep getting the word pact. You're making a pact with yourself. Have a little nutritious food, go for a walk around the block, then get some work done, then hydrate, then answer an email, then get some work done. You see what I'm talking about? It's more about the flow of it, and be wise in your actions when you're choosing who you want to work with and when. I get a big when. So your life mission, of course, is changing. And this house 6, I have to go to the book because this image of this partial bird bone, I don't understand. So there's no numbers here. I have to actually troll through it. No, Libra said house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going by houses. Okay. So the keywords are establishing a foundation, duties, and service, health, personal care, practical details, work ethic. Now, without the essentials of this house, you cannot advance in any realms of love, spirituality, or philanthropy. It's the house that says you can't give what you don't have. So look at a bigger perspective. It doesn't tell me what this particular image is. But here's a little tip. Identify the people, places, and things to which you give your precious energy. Do you get back? Are you getting back? And be wise about your next move, because in having this heart at the center of both of them is looking for a way to plant seeds for future growth. So maybe you're retired, want to get back into the work world. Maybe you're just gone part-time and thinking, oh, what do I do with the other half of me? It's amazing that if you are a freelancer or go freelance, if you've chosen this particular eclipse phase, the total eclipse, that you could fill up your days with doing nothing. Figuring out how to organize a spice rack could take an hour. Answering the emails from last month, another hour. So it's up to you to get focused and organized with how you want to move forward and how you want to proceed, so that the people that you attract in work and in health, for your health and for your prospects, is going to come from your energy. So let's come back to the beginning. Raise your frequency by hydrating really well, cutting back on the sugar, lowering those carbs. Just walking 20 minutes a day can increase mobility and motility so that you can feel lighter and happier and change up the pattern. That's important. I'm getting that too, to change up the pattern, because when the eclipse arrives on October 2nd, and if you're watching this and it's already happened, pay attention to the themes that keep reoccurring so that you can realize, oh, I just brought that back into my world. Is this what I choose consciously? Is this what I really want to have right now? I mean, total eclipse energy is something gets eclipsed from your world. Something leaves your world. And it being in the house 6 and 10, both dealing with work and the productivity that you find important. Don't just do it for the sake of doing it for the paycheck. Even if you took an hour and studied something else that gave you absolute joy during the eclipse phase, you would expand so much faster in small moves. Reminds me of the movie Contact. I just want to say to you, small moves, Ellie, small moves. All right. Come say hello to me We are just done with the first total eclipse image. If you chose that, you can listen to in a replay if you missed it. All right, now we're moving on to the eclipse that is about to happen. And when I organized these images, I did not even see that they were in a sequence. Okay. So this one is the Oracle of the Seven Energies, Colette, Bear, and Reid. And the card that I pulled first, actually two flipped out of the deck, 30 and 43. Spirit of Gratitude. It's a pretty card. And a 43 is a 7. And shining through. So let's talk a little bit about energy. This is a 30. That's a 3. 3 is perception. 3 is all about perception. If you chose this image, the second image, 43 equals a 7. But 4 is about rolling up your sleeves and getting the job done. It's organizing how you want to get there. But realizing ultimately the 4 breaks down to a 22. That's a master number, and it's whispering to you. The 4 says, of all these boxes, I have to stack them, label them, organize them, work on them. It's going to take some time. There's a lot to do. The 4 breaks down to the 22, and the 22 whispers in your ear. We hope you hear it. There are no boxes. There are choices. There is weighing what's most important. And the 3 again is perception. So with the spirit of gratitude, and remember I talked about it, I think it was last week, that it has been measured in frequency. Everything can be measured in frequency now with the technology that we have. And fear measures at a 4, even though 7 can measure at a delta wave. And delta is just floating in the ethers and just, in bliss. A 4 resonates in fear. Hertz speaking, megahertz. And the energy of gratitude has been measured at 540 to 1,000. So imagine that the more you are grateful for the simple things, it's a head, that's a cup that is filled with this idea that it's a constant bloom. And 7 is spirituality. 7, the 4 plus the 3 equals a 7, spirituality. It's all about research, sometimes seen as the lone wolf, but it's an energy that's more inward than outward. So go in, get grateful. I'm not saying you're not already, but what comes shining through, what's fascinating is that these cards flipped out together and they are not in number order. This is 30 and this is 43. So we have a flower here blooming out of gratitude. And then once you maintain that frequency as much as you can, I mean, I don't know anyone, even myself, I meditate twice a day. Sometimes it's an hour each. And I'll go into the ethers and work my issues by letting them go and realigning with spirit and divinity. And that flower now shines through. So you're about to have, and that this is forming. This image is the eclipse that's just about to happen. Something huge is about to open up for you. Something huge. So what is it that you've been focused on if you chose this image? A lot of times we go to extremes and we think it's got to be, I meditate all the time. I self-flagellate, I beat myself up because I should be perfect. No such thing. Well, not really. My definition is I stay in a moment of gratitude and I expand that moment to many more moments. And that equals a vibration that is a frequency that attracts the same frequency. So I've wanted that thing to happen or that thing to happen. I can't always just focus on the thing. Yes, you have to set it into motion. We live in a 3D world. But once you set it into motion and you've done what you can do, take it off of I don't have it. Because the I don't have it is the energy that will grow. And put it on, I'm so grateful that it's coming. I'm so grateful that it's here. I'm so grateful that I have created something in tandem with the universe, in tandem with my friends, family, coworkers, whoever, partners. I've created this thing and I'm really grateful. Now I'm going to go do something else because it's forming. This is forming. The thing that you want is coming. Take your mind off of it. Focus on what you can do and then go find something that makes you happy. Because literally, and not just about happy, but that where you actually feel like you are productive, you feel satisfied. What is something that you can do to help you feel satisfied if you chose image number 2? Your creation is forming. This is about to happen. It's about to occur. So boost it by trusting that it's already here, that it's already coming, that it's something that makes you feel excited and and then you focus on something else that helps you to feel excited. I realized that I had my image over there and I wasn't looking at the camera. So if my head is turned most of the time, that's why. So do you see this? I love this. I love this. So focus on what you can do, then let it go. And it's going to come shining through. And because if you know where Libra, 10 degrees Libra is, and let me get the minutes. 4 minutes. 10 degrees, 4 minutes of Libra is when the solar eclipse will occur on October 2nd. So if you're moving towards something, stay in your lane. Image number 2, image eclipse number 2, it's coming. And a lot of times you've heard this, I'm sure, that people stop right before the thing is about to manifest because it's like, I've been there forever. It's not happening. Hi, Scarlett. Let's see. Is you talking about the images? The first one is a lotus. And the second one, I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like a lotus, but you can perceive it as that if you like. So doing the thing that you love is going to, and people will say this to me all the time, how is jumping rope or working out or baking cupcakes with my kids gonna help that thing to get here faster? Is because you detach from it. You must detach from it in order to let it go. If you're hanging on to a dream that's forming, let's say I want that rainbow behind me and I'm just holding it and it's like, it's invisible. It's a refraction. It's light. It's a prism. It's energy. I can't hold it. I can imagine it. I can feel it. That is going to be my connection to it. So meditate more if you chose image number 2 on being patient. Turning your face over there and going, "Ooh, that looks like fun. I'll go do that." Because your vibration is what's going to attract the matter. That's for anyone listening about anything. When people say, "How can I go do this?" Well, we are physical beings, so it is important that you understand you're merging biology with divinity. And instead of separating it and saying, only when I meditate am I doing that. No, not true. If you're packing up some clothes at the back of the closet that you want to give to donate to charity, and it feels good to clean out the closet, you're doing it. You're focused on the thing you want without focusing on the thing you want by raising your vibration. I'm going to pull a clarifier. Same deck? Yes. For the second image. Thanks for being here, folks. Whether you're watching this live or in a replay, remember to share, like, subscribe. That increases the algorithms and more people get to notice. Erica. All right, this is a clarifier for these 2 cards that came out simultaneously if you're just joining us. And one is resonating the frequency of gratitude in as many moments as possible without pressure. Like, I'm so grateful. But really, you're not. You're angry because somebody stepped on your toes emotionally and you're waiting for blah, blah, blah. And the thing goes on and it's a soap opera. No. Do something that makes you happy. And it could be something small. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Doesn't have to cost money. Vacuuming, sweeping. That makes me happy sometimes when I just feel like I'm about to swirl, especially during eclipse energy. We're in it now, Pisces eclipse. Who's dreaming big? I am. The first day of the eclipse, day before the eclipse, so much energy. The day of the eclipse, a lot of energy. The evening of the eclipse, exhausted for no particular reason. I clean my shower. I love that. All right. Of course, it's no small thing. All right. All right. So, what came out just now is the Divine Matrix card. Can you see this? Divine Matrix. And it's a number 44, another power number. You know, sometimes when I talk spiritual about practical, I have to translate it in my head. The Divine Matrix is like going to an amusement park. And at first, it can feel overwhelming. Sounds, sights, tastes, sensation. And then you find the ride that just sets your heart soaring. Okay, for me, best ride ever in Florida, Animal Kingdom, Flight of the Na'vi. Okay. Yeah, Avatar. I've done it. My husband and I used to go just to take that ride. We would pay for a ticket, go for an entire day, go have something to eat, get online, go for the Flight of the Na'vi, get off the ride, get back in line, Flight of the Na'vi, 3 times over and over. When I leave this earth, that's what it's going to feel like. I can't even describe it. That's my divine matrix because it's just encompassing, flying through and over, inside, out, through everything that gives you joy, through soaring without limitation, through feeling like you are part of it all, that when you just giggle for no apparent reason, that is Flight of the Na'vi. If you can swing it, that's a vacation. We've gone to the park 3 times to do that. I don't know how many times I've done that ride. And people would see me in line and go, "Again?" I'd go, "Oh yeah." It is worth the 20 minutes to 45-minute wait to get inside. And it's a 4-minute ride. The Divine Matrix, if you look at this image, there is a translucent energetic face that is looking down. So you see it's the head, the connection. It looks like an aperture on a lens. Okay, but look very closely. Do you see the face at the bottom? It's looking down. And so, but what's coming out of it is pure energy. And this pure energy, to clarify this image that's forming what you're creating, spirit of gratitude, also coming out of the head of the cup, which is a face, the lotus, just focused on simple pleasure. And I don't mean being inebriated, not that kind of pleasure, because what shines through is your joy. So if you want to apply this to something practical, right now for the next 30 days plus, I'm talking the entire month of October, but we're talking now in mid-September. Well, for the next 6 weeks or more, interact only with people that you feel like being with. Do only the things that you really feel like doing. Okay, yeah, you have a job, you have to work, you have to pay the bills. While you're there doing that, be there. Do the absolute best you can be. Be giddy about it. Be relaxed about it. Even if somebody hands you a file and says, deadline tomorrow by 3, and you say, okay, and you immerse yourself in it. That's the divine matrix. Be where you are. If you can be in a state of bliss, digging a ditch, you're there. It doesn't matter what you're doing on the earth. It matters how you are being and the vibration you are expanding into the universe, because it's only going to come right back to you. So in the divine matrix, the number is 44. And 4 is toil, setting up the process, the foundation. It is the framework with which you expand to a 22. Now, 44 equals an 8. 8 is infinity. Infinity. You go out, you try something, you come back to center, you go out this way. Or if you flipped infinity, it's being spiritual, come to center, being practical in any direction. I'm just going to see what she has to say in the book. The realm of spirit, the knowledge that we are all divine beings, part of a tapestry, weaving our dreams into the fabric of reality. Synchronicity and learning to trust the way things unfold. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's this. Be patient. This is about to unfold in the next 6 to 8 weeks, whatever it is. And it can be something so small, but it just tunes to your frequency and helps lift you to the next place. What is that next place? If you want to envision the next place, and it can be, I envision having my health, wealth, passion, purpose, whichever topic, to increase, to expand, to feel better, to give me a sense of security, sure, but oneness, connectedness, beingness, and make it practical. You connect with an old cousin who's you haven't seen for 20 years. I spoke with a gal the other day who said, and she's going to be 82, will never stop working. She has a great business, EES. It's energy work. It's scalar waves, Tesla energy. So I go there and sit for 2 hours and we chat, and then I meditate. And she said, I connected with an old friend I didn't even know lived here. Not here, but a couple of towns away. Here in Arizona, a couple of towns away could be like a stagecoach ride for 50 minutes in the desert. But they found each other, and now they are connected. And it just was so natural. And she said, I changed a whole lot of things in my life. I cleaned out my closets. And then somebody found me and said, are you, via email, I saw something with your name. Is that you? Could it be you? And so things are going to find you. Number 2, it's forming. Be patient. Trust. Trust the frequency. All right, we're moving on to image number 3, and that is that it's just peaking and moving. It's already happening, and now we're moving because the sun is about to be shining once again. So the deck is Wisdom of the Oracle, another Colette Reid. Wisdom of the Oracle, if you chose image number 3, numero 3. And what I picked originally before when I did a pre-shuffle is, okay, this has blue. I don't know why it's not showing. It just says imagine. Imagine, and it's got a moon. And there's a figure of a person reaching up toward the moon, holding it as if it were a balloon. I don't know if you can see that with the green screen. Imagine. And the number is 20. And so 2 breaks down to an 11. That's empathy. That's interaction with another person. It's seeing, whoa, well, that was ready to come out. Okay. It's seeing the interaction with others through your imagination, yes, but what Sometimes people have beliefs that stop them. If you chose image number 3 and you think, well, I did this thing, so A plus B equals C. That's a Sam's Pythagorean theory. And Pythagorean numerology is what I'm looking at, which is kind of funny. It's never me or them unless you think it is. It's never here or there unless that's your belief. So if you can see things coming together, if you chose this image and you're saying, okay, well, something happened, or I'm just living my life and I would like something else to happen because something's always happening. The second card that came out is the Fates, and this is a number 17. And can you see that? Number 17, the Fates. And 17, and she's holding on to stars. And what I find really fascinating about this is that she has a veil over her eyes. So when you are imagining something in your world that you would love to have happen, image number 3, and you're thinking, it's never going to happen. I'm in it. It's happening. It's a lot of work. I need help. Or I just did something and it's not something I would typically do. Now what do I do? That's where the Fates would say, okay, fate sounds like it's opposite free will, but you develop your own fate by your belief system. And 17 is a 1, that's individuality. And a 7 is going within to really decipher what the truth is. It's research, it's being alone, it's meditating, it's pondering, it's learning how to up your spiritual game. So in not being able to see it, but you're hanging on to the hope, she's hanging on to the stars, and the other image holding on to the moon. So you've got moon and stars on your side. And I would say that this is a time to really understand you cannot change the past. You can't change what happened. You can only change you and your perspective of the past. So if you need to let something go now, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a way of being, maybe it's a belief system that created your previous world. If any one of you chose number 3, let me know what that is for you. Because I've said this so many times before, karma is not good or bad. Dharma is the action upon the path. Dharma is the path. Karma is the action upon the path. That's it. Whether you judge it to be positive or negative, or I shouldn't have done that, or that was a waste of 10 years with that person. You can't go backwards, but yet we do. We get sentimental, we hang on to rage, we get upset. The thing has already happened. This is letting you know that you are eclipsing things out of your life. You are moving past it. So when the Fates shows up, and I want to go to something she had said once, I remember reading. You may, well, she doesn't actually say this, but it's the feeling I get from reading her stuff, that you may never actually know why something happened. And so what we do sometimes, if you chose this image and something has already come to pass, sometimes we go over it in our heads, in our bodies. We relive the experience over and over and over again. Some people call it trauma if it's on that level. And we do this because we try to understand what just happened. Then we'll go into therapy and talk about it for 6 months. I don't understand what just happened. Why did that happen? And then you could come to some very insightful conclusions, but it's time to let it go. Once you understand that you were part of it, that you attracted it, and I know there are people out there who are going to say to me, and my clients understand this, my star mentoring clients who have been through very traumatic situations in their lives, And they say, well, this thing happened, and the victim's voice is loud. And we've all been there. Sometimes we still go there. You are not a victim. You've had experiences because you were unaware of processes or things that you could have done. Or so having a car accident or being assaulted, these are horrible things. Going through a divorce and finding out that your spouse had cheated on you, and you're thinking, why? What did I do? I worked so hard. So the victim's voice, it becomes righteous, and it wants and demands answers. I did this thing. Did I do this to myself? And then the person will talk about, if you've chosen this, and it doesn't have to be something big. It can be, I knew a spiritual teacher. I mean, she's written books and she's given workshops, and someone from the 80s, 70s and 80s. And I used to follow her religiously. And then I went to see her about 15 years ago here in Sedona. And she was talking, and what came out of her mouth was what she has been professing for years about spirituality and divinity and energy. But the side comments, what came out of her body was victim, victim, victim. So in personal conversation, when she came off stage and she was just talking about, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I had an assistant and she robbed me blind, and this thing happened. And then I had to move my funds around. And I was thinking, hey, okay, wow, you are a conduit for spiritual information that tells you to trust, believe, be present. And yet you have no concept that these things are happening to you because of your victim's voice. I found that to be such a contradiction that I took note. And I went home and I looked in the mirror and I thought, okay, what's in my life that I don't want? And why is it there? Well, it's there because of me. Yes, I own it. But what is the energy that brings it to me? So I went more clinical so that I wouldn't break down and feel horrible and vulnerable all over again, because we don't want to suffer over our suffering, right? But what I came to understand was that I hang on like she, holding on to the stars, like, I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. And the veil is me trusting. The veil is me trusting. So I imagine that if something is happening, it's because I've changed my energy or I haven't changed my energy. So when people come into my life, I think, I just attracted that. I want to pay close attention. I'm going to be so present. I'm going to be my happy-go-lucky self. And if I have an urge to say or do something, I'm going to quell that urge. Image number 3, and I'm just going to pay attention to why I had that urge. And then I had done this over the past 10 years or 15 years after I saw this speaker who I used to follow and read all her books. And then I realized I was about to attract, this was about 5 years ago, I was about to attract someone into my life that I felt I could be needed by. I could teach her, but yet she had nothing to offer me, except she was a nice person. But other than that, it was always me. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. And I thought, oh, that's the pattern. So I pay close attention now to who's in my life and why they're there without the need to fix or help, but just be me. And if someone wants my professional services, of course, they purchase them. And in friendship, it's got to be give and take. It's got to be give and take. It's got to be give and take. So if the fates are showing up for you, a 17 is a harsh number in Chaldean numerology, and it's loss. So you look at what just happened. It's already happened. You see where the sun is coming about to shine again. So now if you've chosen this and you're wondering, well, this doesn't actually feel like me. Does it feel like the person you used to be? Does it feel like someone you are with who you're very close to and you can see their patterns? So pay attention. It's, all these cards aren't going to resonate with everyone, but pay attention to why you might have chosen this image itself. And I think you'll understand you've got insights now. You can meditate. You've got game. You got game. So you are wise beyond your years. You can get out of your headspace and stop thinking about the thing that happened that you cannot change, but instead make a little bridge to, oh, wow, the breeze through the window. It feels so good. That's where you go. You go to now. What time is it? Oh, wait, it's my imaginary watch that says now. I actually have a watch that says now, but it's not working. I have to get a battery. It's now. Wait, it's now. It's always now. So in the now, image number 3, remember that what is being eclipsed out of your life is because you've changed your energy and your frequency. And congratulations, if I could toot horns and throw confetti, yay, you did it. Okay, what's next? Take a break. Do some simple things and catch yourself before you go backwards. And if you feel sad, check that you are hydrated. Make sure that you are eating really healthy food. Cut down the carbs. I'm telling you, folks, 50% or more of the planet has the MTHFR gene. I like to call it a motherfucker gene. I can't say that publicly. And it just means that you have inability or less of an ability to digest B vitamins. So you want to get really healthy vitamins. And methyl B complex vitamins, methyl. And that's what will help you to digest better. That's what will help you to let things go easily. That's what will help you to get beyond anxiety or depression much easier. That's what will help you to increase serotonin in your gut. So then, you start to feel happier and less attached to trauma, and move toward things that are those stars that she's holding on to. And the moon, the crescent moon. Imagine if you had it all. Imagine what would it feel like if you didn't have to worry? What would that feel like if nothing were wrong? What would that feel like? That's what you want to do. Start imagining, as Joe Dispenza says, to collapse time and space. Put yourself in the situation by feeling it, even if it hasn't happened yet, and you will bring it to you that much quicker. So whatever is eclipsing out of your life, there is hope, my friend. You have just changed something in the frequency. And so what you're about to attract is so much better than you ever imagined. Scarlett says, can you spell that in our chat, please? Yes. Methylation B Vitamins. If you were to look at your the back of your B vitamins, and any word that starts with cyano, you throw that in the trash. Actually, keep it away from the water system because it contains cyanide. That is the runoff of feces. You heard it here first. It is a sewage plant material, cyano. If you see cyanocobalamin, we have a safe dispensary here in Sedona where we go to the police station. You take all your old medications or things that you wouldn't throw in the garbage or down the drain or in the toilet because it goes into the water system, and they dispose of it safely. So find a place like that if you have cyano in any of your stuff. And cobalamin, you want methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin. That's a B vitamin that your body can actually use. That's healthy. Eat healthy greens and food and fresh vegetables and fruits and things like that. So, well, that's it for today, folks. I'm going to pull one final card just to round out the eclipse for all of us. And this is the Starseed Oracle that I'm going to pull from. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know. Remember to share, like, subscribe. I don't say that lightly because it does help other people. It puts my videos in front of other people who are looking for things like this. That's how the algorithms work. So for the solar eclipse in Libra, oh, these are stuck together. What happened? I don't know. Oh, let me end this here. Okay. So for the solar eclipse in Libra, and This was for the last one. I know it. I can feel it. This was for the last one. Wait, it's not time yet. There are things being woven. That was for the last image. Okay. I just felt it because I felt it trailing. I kept talking in my head to the people who chose the last image just to say, don't give up. Don't give up. This is for the overall general Libra eclipse that happens on October 2nd. And it's a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. What's in your earth? What's in your new earth? What do you envision? I envision peace, prosperity, laughter, joy, people working together, community. I envision community. What do you envision? It's all happening, folks. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being, as always, I wish you peace. If you're watching this in YouTube, give me a little bit of time for the rest of the day so I can set up the timestamps. And then you can easily go to the image that you picked. Thank you for being here, folks. I really appreciate you. And stay calm. No matter what's happening, be the adult in the room. Pour love into the situation, whatever it is. Be someone's opportunity, not their challenge. And I will be not here next week, having a big family event, and I will be back in October. Actually, I think on the eclipse. Yes, I'll be here. All right, folks. Thanks for being here. Much love.